Okay, so we will begin our discussion on the solutions of right triangles by considering an angle in standard position, just like what we did in our previous discussion. So the initial side is on the positive x-axis, and the terminal side is on the first quadrant passing through point P with coordinates x, y. Okay, so we can actually form a right triangle, okay, considering the initial side, the terminal side, and the point P. So this is our angle theta. We know from our previous discussion that this length from this point to this point is x, and this height from this point to this point is y. And from the origin to point P, the distance is r. Okay, now let us consider the right triangle formed by the sides x, y, and r. Okay, theta and y, okay, the relationship of theta, the angle, and y, the sides, are opposites. Okay, so we call y the opposite side. Okay. Theta and x are adjacent to each other, so we call x the adjacent side. And r is the hypotenuse. Okay. So, based from the 6 trigonometric ratios that we have discussed in our previous discussion, we know that sine of theta is equal to y over r. Okay, if we use the opposite adjacent hypotenuse side, sine theta is equal to opposite divided by the hypotenuse. Okay, using the same logic, cosine theta is equal to the adjacent side x divided by the hypotenuse, and tangent theta is equal to the opposite side y divided by the adjacent side x. Okay, so ito yung mas kilala natin na formula sa trigonometry as SOHCAHTOA. Okay. So SOHCAHTOA. So just as an abbreviation, sine, opposite, hypotenuse. Ka is cosine, adjacent, hypotenuse. T is tangent, opposite, adjacent. Okay, so we will use this one, the SOHCAHTOA, so with the Pythagorean theorem, to solve right triangles. Okay, so to illustrate this principle, we'll solve an example in the next video.